She's the unknown, the kind you should leave alone. But I've had regrets much more than a few. It all ends the same way with deja vu. But of all my mistakes, you're still my favorite one. And I saw it coming way down the line. I knew in the end you would never be mine. Of all my mistakes, oh, you'd be my favorite. La la la, la 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 la, la la la, la la la, la la la.
Okay, what happened there was, during that section,
He forgot the words.
yesterday we discovered that I've been singing it incorrectly for the last couple of years. I've morphed away from the original version, and we were doing a bit of a recording yesterday, and he said, you know, you're singing that wrong. And I said, oh. So then I spent the next hour relearning how to sing it correctly. And then today I went to sing it correctly and he sang the wrong one. And then I switched to the wrong one and he switched back to the right one. And then it happened one more time, and that's why I screamed. So there you go, little inside joke.
Before you know it, you've been demoted down to fail. You're just another night guest who stayed until the very end. You're like a perfect storm, and I'm sinking like a stone. 'Cause I've had regrets much more than a few. It all ends the same way with deja vu. But of all my mistakes, you're still my favorite one. And I saw it coming way down the line. I knew in the end you would never be mine. But of all my mistakes, oh, you'll be my favorite. La la la, la 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 la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. I've had regrets much more than a few. It all ends the same way with deja vu. And I saw it coming way down the line. I knew in the end you'd never be mine. But of all my mistakes, I got a favorite. All my mistakes, I got a favorite. All my mistakes, I got a favorite. All my mistakes, oh, you'll be my favorite. La la la, la la la, la la la. You'll be my favorite. La la la, la la la, la la la. Oh, you'll be my favorite. La la la, la la la. Oh, you'll be my favorite. La la la, la la la, la la la. Oh, you'll be my favorite one.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, when he was standing there with his arms open like this, what were you thinking? I wanted to say, are you not entertained? What did you want to say? Some of you get that, it's glad you're here. We're called KEYWEST, guys. Thank you very much for stopping to listen to us. So to explain a little bit about us, as I said, we are just two members of the band. We don't bring the band with us onto the street because we've only got an hour to play and then we've got to move somewhere else. We used to play here a long time ago and then we ended up signing some contracts. We've had 3 number 1 albums now, we've had a platinum album, 5 number 1 singles, 3 nominations in the Irish Music Awards, hundreds of millions of streams, and we've had songs and movies and TV shows, and despite that success we never made the money. So we had a decision to make. Now that confuses people. We got into the industry at the wrong time. Albums at the peak were about €20 for a CD, and then it didn't take very long for streaming to take over. Now, if you listen to an album over and over and over again, you might drum up about 50 cents for the artist. So essentially an album has gone from being €20 to 50 cents. Typically speaking, a record label will take 85%, and that leaves 15% for the band that you'll never get, because they take the 85% first, and then they take all of their costs back from the 15% that you're supposed to get. So a couple of years ago, we finally had the opportunity to become independent. We took that opportunity. We've been promoting ourselves ever since independently. We have 2 new albums. They're not available on any streaming service. They're only available off us. I also know that you don't have a CD player, so this is our solution. When you watch us on the street, if you end up buying the album, there's a password printed on the case. And that password lets you download it onto your phone. Now, it's not a once-off download. You can download it every time you change your device, or you can also give it to other people to download as well. It's yours to use whatever way you want. But it puts some value back into what we do. So we hope you'll have a listen to 1 or 2 songs. If you decide you want to take away the music, it is only 20 for all 4 of the albums. And then this tote bag is totally free with the 4 albums. It says, the best buskers in the world are made on Grafton Street, Ireland, with love, Key West. It's got a nice shamrock on there. We think it's the best souvenir in the city. That way when you go home, instead of saying I got this bag that says Guinness on it that was made in Asia, you can say I got this bag of some buskers, so it's made right here in Poland. So if anybody wants to take it away, we hope you consider it. I hope you see the value in getting 4 albums in the tote bag for 20. After all, if you go next door and just get 3 large cup frappuccinos, it's €21. I've gone in no time at all. So have a listen, see what you think. This song is called The Little Things. It's about the little things in life that end up being the most important, and I hope you consider taking over the music. Last thing I'm going to say is this. We've been back playing in the streets now for a couple of years. We are going on tour next week. It'll take us all across Europe, the UK and Ireland. We'll be gone for about 3 months. We've been building up towards that, and in that time we've gained a lot of new fans. Basically, a lot of people are emailing us now. We get about 1,000 emails a week from the last couple of years from people who follow us now. And it always says the same thing. I've been following you now since, and I really wish I had gotten an album when I was there on the day. Any chance you'll be announcing when you're going to be on the street again. And the thing is, we don't tell people when we're playing on the streets. We show up, we leave. It's not all the time. So have a listen, see what you think. This is called The Little Things. And if you don't mind, can I get everybody to take a few steps in, because we have a license to play here, and as this continues to grow, we get a fine for blocking the area. So technically, we're not supposed to take up much more space than this. So we can just come in at least close to this red line, and we can make a smaller circle. And that way, if an inspector goes by, we don't get a fine. I will understand, and I will always be right here to hold your hand. When it's darkest, when you're all alone, I will be that shining light to guide you home. 'Cause the little things, I swear, the way you sing when you dry your hair, it's the little things we share. Oh, the way you hold my hand after all these years, you make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine, like it's our first date. We'll just talk all night about the little things. When your bones feel weak, I will sing to you until you fall asleep. And when it's colder, when it gets hard to move, I will dance with you right there in the living room. 'Cause it's the little things you do, the way you laugh when I act the fool. It's the little things you do. Oh, the way you hold my hand after all these years, you make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine, like
Like it's our first date, we'll just talk all day. I tell you all my fears, and you just say, we'll play it off by ear, we'll be okay. We're so much stronger than all of this. We build our lives up brick by brick upon the little things. Upon the little things. And when you're crying, I will understand. I will always be right here to hold your hand. 'Cause it's the little things I've seen. You're so much kinder than I'll ever be. It's the little things for me. Oh, the way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine. Like it's our first date, we'll just talk all night. After you all my fears, and you just say, we'll play it all by ear, we'll be okay. We're so much stronger than all of this. We'll build our lives up brick by brick upon the little things. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called KEYWEST. Thank you so much for stopping to listen to us. Just to tell you a little bit more about us, this next song is from our brand new album. This is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. This song was inspired by our friend Vincent. Vincent is 84 years old. He's a wonderful guy. This song is about how we met. It's about his life, and it's also most importantly, is about the advice that he gives us. Vincent's been a wonderful influence. Thank you so much. He's not out today, but if you're ever out on the street and you see a guy playing music, if he looks like Willie Nelson, that's Vinny. He's an incredible guy. He's in our video as well from the posts. We've had an extraordinary response to this song as well. We've put up, I think, 4 or 5 videos of this on Instagram. They combine to about 20 million plays. We've had comments from people we really admire, including a comment from Sheryl Crow, which is an artist we grew up listening to and referencing all the time. So it's been wonderful. And again, as I said, if you have just arrived along, the long story short is that we are 2 members of a 5-piece group called KEYWEST. We've had 3 #1 albums and a platinum album. We left our labels, agencies, publishers, managers, and everybody else because we got fed up being ripped off. The industry's a bad place. And right now we're also dealing with AI. So AI over the next couple of years is going to pretty much take over in music. You're not going to know whether you're listening to a human singing a song, and you won't know if a human wrote it. So that's going to massively devalue a huge section of the music industry. And we decided that maybe it's better if we start to shift our focus back to how we started and just try to make a human connection and insulate ourselves from the changes that are coming. Simply by selling our music to people directly and then using that money for pints. I mean, using that money for recording music and all the important things, definitely not for pints. So have a listen, see what you think. This song is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. As I said, it is a true story inspired by our friend Vincent. If you go onto our Instagram, you'll be able to see the videos of us with Vincent in it. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do decide you want to take away the music, our newest albums are not on streaming services. We made that decision because an album has gone from being worth €20 to being worth about 50 cents with streaming services, and record labels, as I said, typically take 85%, so the industry's pretty messed up. That doesn't talk about publishers, promoters, agencies, management, or any of those things. So have a listen. If you'd like what we're doing, it is only 20 for the 4 albums together, not just one. The tote bag is totally free, and there is a password printed on every single case, and that lets you download it from our website to your phone. You don't need to use a computer, you can download it directly from the website to your phone using your phone, and then you can listen to it offline on Spotify or Amazon or any of those streaming services as well. So it's a way of putting value back into what we do. And again, the last thing I'll say, I know I've mentioned this already, but basically we get a lot of emails from people after they've seen us on the street because they end up going home and sort of following us. And we get a lot of emails saying, I've now been following you guys, I'm watching your lives, listening to your other music, and I wish I had taken that out. Why is this turning? And I wish I had taken that album away when I was there on the street. So I hope you'll give us a chance, because for us to meet you today, you had to be in the same country, in the same city, on the same street, at the same hour, on the same day with no rain. Do you think all of those things are going to line up for us to meet again in the future? And we travel a lot. Starting in 2 weeks' time, we'll be in Paris on Valentine's Day, and then we'll be heading to Belgium, and we'll be all across Europe. And then after that, we'll be in the UK, and back to Ireland then for a couple of shows in Dublin. And then after that, we'll look at a few shows around the rest of the country. So this song is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. And
It's not only about how we met Vincent and our relationship with him, but it's about his advice to us, which is basically, don't waste your time, all right? You're young enough, you've got energy, use it. And he was very pivotal at a time when we left the label, we started busking, it didn't work. We made no money, we got big audiences, but we made no money because people listened and left, and that's when I had to start talking to people and explaining what we're doing, and that's when things changed. But it was Vincent's encouragement to keep going, which is what led us to keep going. So thank you so much for listening, thank you for your time. If you want to take away the music, Ryu can give you a hand. He's also got a card machine here if you don't have cash. And yeah, I hope you'll consider taking them away. And as I said, the tote bag is free with the 4 albums. It says the best buskers in the world are made on Grafton Street, Ireland, with love, KEYWEST. We think it's the best souvenir because everything else is mass produced and you can get them on Amazon anyway. Or you can buy that. It's unique and interesting. When you get home and people say, what'd you buy in Ireland? Instead of saying I got a Guinness bag or I got something that says Ireland on it that was made in Asia, you can say I got this bag that was woven upon the Blarney Stone by fairies. True story. This is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. It was on a Monday morning, on a Dublin bus into town, that I offered up my seat to an old man so he could sit down. He smiled and said, they don't make them like they used to, and there's no respect among the youth for the older generation. It's a sad, sad revelation what the world is coming to. So don't go wasting precious time. Heed these words of mine. Life goes by and don't think of it as you're old. And it's old. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bold. Cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Well, he told me of his childhood, his triumphs and his failures on the way, of his deep and boundless sorrow at the passing of his dearest wife, Sinead. And then he smiled and said, find someone who makes you laugh and live each moment like your last. Say I love you every night, say I'm sorry when you fight, and leave your anger in the past. And don't go wasting precious time. Heed these words of mine. Life goes by and don't think of it and you're old. And it's old. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bold. Cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Well, he pressed the bell and said farewell, rose up from his seat, and then he said, go on and live your life, my lad, I hope that my advice will serve you well. Life goes by in the blink of an eye, and you're old, and it's old. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bold. Cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold.
worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. If it's wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, and do the things I wish I'd done.
Thank you. Again, we're called KEYWEST.